Chapter 9. The Reed Family. Morning sunlight poured through the floor-to-ceiling windows. On the bed, the girl lay on her side, arms around her knees. Lashes cast a fan-shaped shadow. They fluttered, her lids lifted, confusion rippling her bright eyes. "What's that smell?" A sour tang teased her nose. Ava looked down. She was still in last night's camisole. She looked up and took in the decor. A hotel? Hadn't she gone to Adrian's? He'd sent her to a hotel at dawn. Ava ground her teeth. Loyal to Grace, wasn't he? A challenge? Good. She liked challenges. She would split Adrian and Grace if it killed her. She called her agent, M's Ray. Bring clothes. Wrapped in a towel, Ava took the outfit at the door. "Little princess, back one day and already dating?" Ms. Ray teased. "Date all you want. Just don't tell me you're getting married and having babies. I can't take that hit." Ava clicked her tongue. "You don't remember how my last one ended?" "Oh, I remember. A public proposal." Ms. Ray laughed at the memory. "He'd had just turned 22 and dropped to one knee after your performance, in front of a full house, and you answered with 3 words. 'Let's break up.' He cried on the spot. Why'd you refuse anyway? Wasn't he from New Harbor? Family loaded, if I recall." Icky, clingy. 2 years younger, and the clingiest of her 3 boyfriends abroad. In public, he played wild and free. With her, he was a docile puppy. He sulked whenever work kept her busy, then tried to use marriage to tie her down. Dumb. The second he said, "Marry me," she decided it was over. There's one job. There are plenty of men. She wasn't giving up work for a man. "You heartbreaker. He puts his whole heart in and you call him annoying," Ms. Ray said, helplessly amused. "If your husband reported to you every hour and demanded constant company, would you still think it's sweet?" Ava finished belting her dress, grabbed her bag, and headed out. Ms. Ray followed, and thought, if her husband did that, she'd file for divorce. They had breakfast together, swung by the company rehearsal, and Ava went home in the afternoon. Voices drifted from the living room as she stepped out of her shoes in the foyer. Sitting with Monica Mann was a woman Ava didn't recognize. If a family had any weight at all in New Harbor's elite circle, Ava knew them, except for the up-and-comers during her years abroad. "Mom, we have a guest." Ava crossed the room, all smiles, and took in the woman beside her mother. Simple but not plain, gracious and poised. Not a typical society wife. This must be Ava, the woman. Mrs. Elaine Reed took Ava's hand warmly and sat her down. Ava was naturally easygoing, but Mrs. Reed was friendlier still. "She's Ian Reed's mother," Monica supplied. Though she was furious about her daughter not coming home last night, she swallowed it in front of company and smiled. "Hello, ma'am." Ava's fair face wore a sweet, proper smile. The longer Mrs. Reed looked, the more satisfied she felt. She'd heard Ava's name for years. Seeing her today, the girl was exactly as charming as rumored. "Are you seeing anyone?" Mrs. Reed asked. Ava understood at once. Of course there was an unmarried son at home. "I just got back." "Not yet," she said. "Good, no rush. Come visit me sometime. We live just up the road." Ava kept pace with polite chit-chat until she'd seen Mrs. Reed out. "When did the Reed and family squeeze into the New Harbor circle?" she asked, dropping onto the sofa. Monica's brows pinched. Already digging into their background, she didn't say anything about marrying you to her son. The calculating look in her daughter's eyes always rubbed Monica raw. "Mom, you know better than me whether she has that in mind. Looked like you two had nothing to talk about, so she must have been asking about me before I came back." Ava covered her mouth and laughed softly. "All those society ladies fighting to make me their daughter-in-law? You should be happy. Or is only Grace allowed to marry well while I can't choose a good husband?" Monica's face darkened. "Why do you compete with your sister over everything? You're not the same. She and Adrian are in love. Don't project your dirty thinking onto them. She's never coveted the Pierce fortune. She just likes Adrian." "Of course she does. You raised her," Ava said with a shrug. Hell mode romance brain. "Forget it. I can ask someone else." Ignoring Monica calling after her, Ava trudged upstairs and pinged Lena for a download on the Reeds. The family had debuted in top society the 2nd year after Ava left. Samuel Reed, head of Reed Group, had a ruthless business hand. In 8 years, the company rose from mid-size to a domestic and global giant. You wouldn't know. Samuels and your scumbag ex have been called the two most eligible bachelors in New Harbor, Lena said. I've met Samuel at a few banquets. Steady, gentle, courteous. Way better than your ex. Why bring him up? Do they want a marriage alliance? She asked, curious. Though new money, the Reeds had rocketed upward. With a business genius on par with Adrian, they now sat among the city's top houses. Suitors queued around the block. His mom came by today, Ava said, switching the phone to her other hand. Does he have a girlfriend? Doesn't sound like it. All I hear is he's a total workaholic.